Hello, welcome to today's episode of the podcast where I'm going to be talking about the difference between marketing and sales and why it's really important to have both going on in your business, what the differences are, and what you need to know as a coach to help your marketing lead to clients. Hello, welcome to the Life First Coaching Business Podcast. I'm your host, Leonie, and I'm all about helping new coaches like you create life first businesses you love by building out the key foundations you need for an easeful and joyful business, where you get to make an impact doing what lights you up and helping others. We talk about the strategies, the systems, and the mindset you need to make your coaching business work for you. So let's dive in. So maybe you're in the position where you feel like you're pouring lots of your energy into marketing your coaching business, but you're not seeing the results in terms of the number of clients signing up to work with you. So let's dive into why this happens and how you can fix that problem that you're experiencing. So first of all, I want to give you a clear definition of marketing versus sales, because sometimes there can be some confusion between what actions actually count as marketing and what count as sales. So marketing is about attracting attention from your ideal clients, about educating them, building trust, creating visibility for your coaching services. So that could be things like posting valuable social media posts, creating longer form content like blogs or podcast episodes, creating lead magnets to offer value to your client for free in order to get their email address and things like that. So those are all examples of marketing your coaching business. And sales in your coaching business is about conversion. It's about turning the attention that you've got, the visibility you've got on your coaching business into actual clients through conversations, through invitations, and through making offers. So examples of sales activities would be direct outreach, making invitations to have those discovery calls, having those discovery calls and asking for the sale and closing the deal. So those are your sales activities. Now, a lot of coaches can get stuck in that cycle I mentioned where they are pouring so much energy into all those marketing activities, and they're then feeling very frustrated because they're like, where's the results? Where are the clients? And it's simply because they haven't put that sales activity into action. They're not actively focused on that sales part, and they're missing a step, and they're thinking people will see the marketing and then just get in touch with them and say, yes, I want to work with you. But that sales process needs to happen in between. You need to be talking about your offer. They need to be really clear about what working with you looks like. But you need to be asking for the sale, and you need to be saying things like, this is my offer, this is how I can help you, this is why I think it would work for you, this is what it would look like, this is what you can expect the outcome to be. How does that sound? Are you ready to get started? So it's important to be focusing on that piece of the strategy. Some of the reasons why coaches are missing this step are to do with mindset around selling. Often this is the issue. There's understandably some fear around selling because it is a vulnerable place to be putting yourself out there and asking for a sale. And there can be this fear of rejection. So it can feel safer to just be passively posting valuable content, providing value to people, but it can feel much more confronting and vulnerable to be asking for a sale. And often that comes from a fear of rejection or a fear of judgment. So first of all, understand that that's what might be getting in the way for you if you're not actively selling, and start to address some of those limiting beliefs or those fears that might be holding you back. And understand that, firstly, rejection is just part of the sales process. There's always going to be a certain percentage of people that aren't ready to buy from you. And while you want to be aiming for a high number or high percentage of conversions if you're having discovery calls, if you've never run discovery calls and sales calls before, treat it as an experiment, treat it as a learning opportunity, and understand that it's not about the pressure to close every single sale, but in learning how to improve all the time and how to, first of all, make sure that the people who are coming to those calls are ready and they're the right people, and that's a huge part of it. But then also learning what the things that they might be thinking, what worries they have in their head, and what objections need to be overcome in order for them to feel ready to move forward. So that's all part of that selling process, and understanding that rejection is normal in that. And actually, let's not even call it rejection. It's just filtering the people that are in the right place to work with you from the ones that aren't. And there's nothing personal on you. It's just the nature of the game and the nature of selling. Then another reason why coaches might not be actively embracing the selling process is because the fear of needing to be pushy or feeling like it's a sleazy action to be taking and feeling icky about the idea of selling. And so you really want to shift your thinking around selling and seeing it as a service, seeing it as a way that you can help your ideal clients make a decision that's right for them. And a big thing that can help you with this is when you've got complete belief in your offer and you have gone through the process of creating your coaching offer in a way that you know it transforms lives and it really helps the people that you want to work with and who you want to help. And when you've got that confidence, that can really help you embrace the selling process. You can be excited about it, you can see it as a service, and you can see it as a way to increase your impact and as a way to help people that need your services, your coaching. So that's another mindset shift to take into account. And there's a lot of noise online about, crafting the perfect social media strategy and creating blog posts and working on SEO, that it is very easy to get distracted by the latest marketing trends or tools and having this belief that more marketing will mean more clients. And so instead of focusing on more selling, it can be easy to get led down the path of more marketing and more content and more posting and all those things, whereas actually take a step back and think maybe there's a missing piece in here and that's actually the problem, and it's not that I need to do more marketing, it's that I need to focus on selling. Then another thing I see holding coaches back from effective selling is not having a clear, easy to implement sales strategy. So they are focused on marketing, they're leaning into the marketing because that feels like the thing they have an idea of how to create a strategy around, but they're not so clear on a selling strategy. So it's important to have a strategy around how you want to sell and how you are leading people into that sales process. So we've talked about some of the reasons why you might be focused too much on marketing, but let's think about some of the problems when you are over-focused on marketing. One of the things you can do is you can be offering so much value in your free content, in your marketing, that you are not giving your clients the urgency to come and work with you or the reason to come and work with you, because you're never focused on the selling and you're never shifting into the selling and talking more about why they should work with you and the offer that can satiate what they're needing and what they're thinking about, and not moving them on to seeing your offer as a solution to their problem. Now, some of that comes into your marketing and how you're positioning yourself as a solution for your clients, and not just always focused on giving value, giving tips, giving them how to. Another thing that can be a problem with the over marketing is just how it makes you feel in yourself. You can get burnt out in that cycle of creating content and marketing without seeing results, and understandably that leads to frustration and burnout. So you might subconsciously be working to keep yourself in a place of safety and comfort by not putting yourself out there and actively selling your coaching, but you're putting yourself into a much more uncomfortable place if you're feeling frustrated and burnt out and wondering why you're pouring all your energy into your business because you're not seeing the results. And you'll also be missing opportunities if you're attracting people who are paying attention to your content, but you're never shifting into that sales process. Then you're leaving money on the table and you're missing the opportunity to create an impact and help those people who really are looking for the solution that you offer. So how to balance marketing and sales? So firstly, make sure you have an active sales strategy. So understand how you are moving people from just knowing about you and hearing about you into having those sales conversations, whether that's inviting them to a free call or reaching out to them in the DMs or following up with people that have shown interest, just making sure that you are focused on that sales strategy. Then obviously understanding how you want to run those calls and what you need to be covering and saying on those calls to make sure your ideal clients understand what your offer is, how you help them, what they can expect from it, what the outcome is, what the investment is, and what happens after they say yes, and all those things. You want to be making sure you've got some clarity for yourself. And I don't recommend following sales scripts on calls. I think that makes you feel like it's not authentic and it can feel very forced. I prefer to give my clients a simple structure and a framework to follow on their calls, but to allow it to flow in a natural, conversational way. Next, think about integrating sales into your marketing. So make sure if you're doing a post that's providing value, that's amazing, but make sure you're also including calls to action. So specific calls to action that lead to sales conversations, whether it's to download a lead magnet or watch a masterclass or book a call. Make sure you're talking about that very, very regularly so that it's in people's minds. They know that that's what you have to offer. They've heard you talk about it. And it doesn't mean that people will book the first time they hear that you have a free clarity call or a free discovery call. But the more times they hear you talking about it, the more reminders to them, if they're interested, to think, yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna book that call. If they only ever hear about it once, if you're only ever mentioning it once in a blue moon, it's not enough times for people who are on the fence to be reminded to take that action. So make sure you're giving those calls to action regularly. And as I said, always keep shifting your mindset around that invitation, that sales process being an act of service. You are giving them value in those conversations as to how they can solve this problem that they're clearly experiencing and are looking for a solution for. So here's some practical tips so you can start selling a bit more. Set some goals for yourself. So have a target for things like how many discovery calls you'd like to be booking. And that's the outcome you're looking for. A number of calls booked and a number of conversions from those calls. But then set yourself some goals around some actions for that. So don't just set the outcome goal, set an action goal. So I'm going to reach out to X number of people every week. I'm going to be making X number of invitations every week. That's the thing you've got control of. And then you can look at, okay, I took this action. This was the outcome I was hoping for. If you got that outcome, yes, amazing. If you didn't, then you need to adjust the action goal. And the action is the thing that you've got control of. So set those two goals in tandem together and always make sure you're following up. So if someone's showing some interest and maybe they haven't gotten back to you quickly, follow ups. Life gets busy for people. Things slip to the side. It doesn't mean they're not interested. They might just need that gentle reminder, that gentle nudge to open the door and remind them that you're still there and let them make that decision and give them that reminder. So never forget to follow up and just get comfortable with knowing you're not going to get a yes every time. And that's true for every single business owner. And that's just a normal part of the process. So I hope that's been helpful to help you make some distinctions between what counts as marketing, what counts as sales. Maybe if you've been in that place of frustration where you're pouring lots of energy into your business and you're not seeing results, you might see that there are some gaps in that sales strategy. But that's not to say that you don't also need to get your marketing strategy dialed in so that you're attracting the right people and you're nurturing them in the right way, but then you're selling to them. So obviously that's what I help my clients do inside my signature program, is to get really clear on their messaging, craft their offer, make sure they're really clear on their niche and what their personal brand is all about. But then that active sales strategy and how to go about converting those eyeballs and that visibility into clients. So if you want to know more about that, just get in touch with me. I also offer one-on-one strategy sessions, and there's a limited number of those available every month. But if you're interested in that, I'll share the link in the show notes. These are 90-minute sessions where we can dig into one aspect of your coaching business. So if sales is something that you're struggling with and you'd like to sit down and go through it on a call together and get some strategies in place with how you can start implementing it into your business in a more active way, then book your session through the link in the show notes. And that looks like us sitting down for 90 minutes. We start by going through your goals and your challenges and understanding where you're at with your business. And then we'll spend about an hour digging into strategy and ideas, and then we finish off that call by making sure you've got really clear action steps to walk away with, and you're not overwhelmed by just loads of information and ideas, but you've actually got a clear plan of what to go away and actually do and implement in your business. So they're really powerful sessions, and it allows you to get that input on your business without having to commit to a big coaching container and just work on one aspect of your business. So I'll share the link to those sessions in the show notes, and book one in if that sounds like exactly what you need in your business strategy. Otherwise, thanks for being here today. I so appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you're following along so you get these episodes straight to your podcast app of choice every week. And if you've got time, please just leave a rating and a review. And I'll catch you next week. Take care. Oh, before you go, you need to grab yourself a copy of the best and most useful freebie on the internet for coaches. It's my free one-page client attraction blueprint. It takes you through the exact 7 steps you need to go from 0 clients to filling your wait list. And you can map it out all on one page, and there's a mini training that comes with it that walks you through that process. So head to the link in the show notes and grab your copy now.